Good evening. Some of the first Ukrainian families with no links to the UK are starting to arrive in the southeast as major changes to the visa scheme come into force.
Sergei Koletvinov has settled in Kent after spending more than a week waiting for his wife and children's visas to be approved in France. But that shouldn't be the case for other Ukrainian families who can now fill out their visas online and travel to England to complete them.
It comes as more than 100,000 people across the country have signed up to host Ukrainian refugees. Joe Coshan is live from Gatwick Airport for us tonight. So, Joe, a huge number of hosts, but not too many families have arrived yet because it's far more complicated than that.
Yes, that's right, Sangeeta. It's a bit more of a feeler, really, to see how many British families have expressed an interest in taking in Ukrainian refugees. That's because when you fill out a form, it asks you certain questions like how many people can you take in, how long for, and whether it's accessible, your spare room. Now, the key question is, which was a stumbling block for many individuals I met over in France last week, was naming that Ukrainian family, and that was preventing many families I met over in France from applying for visas. You may remember we met Sergei last week. He had permanent residency in the UK, but his family did not. Well, I'm pleased to say now they all do, and he's one of the first families to arrive here in the southeast. So I've been to see how they're settling in. After being crammed in a car travelling across Europe, 8-year-old Elisa finally has somewhere to practice her gymnastics again. She was preparing for a tournament in her hometown of Kharkiv 2 weeks ago, before their lives were turned upside down. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Oksana serves up borscht, a popular Ukrainian soup. They're starting to settle in now, and are keen to do whatever they can to show their hosts how grateful they are. But it doesn't stop the worrying, and there are mental scars that remain.
I even don't think about the war, but I can't, because every 15 minutes news is coming on my phone, and I have to, I watch and I worry anyway. Simon sometimes is ask me, boom, 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 boom. He's remembers.
And he's two. He's two years old.
Yeah, two and a half.
Yeah, and he almost can sense what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Sergei knows they are some of the lucky ones. An integral part to their arrival is down to their meeting in Calais with North Thanet MP Sir Roger Gale, who helped them to find a place to stay in Kent. But there are fears many other Ukrainian refugees could get lost in the system, because unlike Sergei, they haven't paired up with hosts back in the UK.
It could be very difficult. I think what we need is a meet and greet system. I've said over and over again, and I will go on saying, there is a facility at Manston Barracks which can process 1,000 people a day. Bring them across the channel on the ferry, take them by coach straight to Manston. They can be processed. We can meet and greet there, pair them up with the families that have come to see them, get them clothes, get them toys, because we've got warehouses full of them now, a hangar full of them at Manston, and we can make it work. And our job, I think, is to make it work, not find reasons why it can't be done.
If situations change, we want to back home, but business is destroyed. Everything is finished. We have to do everything from zero.
Right now, it may feel like a long way back for Sergei's family, but they still have their talents, they still have one another, and they now have a community that wants to help them rebuild their lives.
So nice to see. So Sergei has been linked up with the family, Joe, at least for the time being, but many other families who'll come don't yet know where they'll be going.
No, that's right. There's still a lot of uncertainty for many other families, Sangeeta. Ukrainian nationals will be able to start their visa applications online today, but what was holding them up last week was the biometric checks, the facial recognition, the fingerprints. They can now be completed in the UK, so that will start to give Ukrainian refugees some hope that they will be able to land here at Gatwick and on the Eurostar in the coming days. Just talking of Eurostar, they are offering free trains from some of their Western European destinations. But in terms of pairing up those 100,000 households with Ukrainians, That application process, apologies for the plane in the background, that application process begins on Friday, so then we will start to see in the coming days families being paired up, and just like Sergei, they can start to begin a new life here.
Joe in Gatwick, thank you.